Hello there. What is going on, everybody? It's Dungeons and Dragons time. We are bringing to you another unboxing from Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught. We're taking a look at the Many Arrows 1 expansion. This is going to be an extra army expansion for the Many Arrows faction. The first of what could be many expansions for the Many Arrows, or is there only one arrow inside? We'll have to see how many arrows are inside this box. We're going to unbox the whole thing. We'll take a look at the miniatures. We'll take a look at the cards. We'll take a look at the dashboards. We'll take a look at everything that comes in here. Again, this is just an expansion. It does require the full game to play. If you want to learn more about Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught, I've got plenty of videos where we talk about how to play the game. We review and unbox the core set, all of the expansions so far. Really fun tabletop skirmish game. And the Many Arrows were one of the first add-on factions to the game. So they're a faction that's not in the core set. So if you already picked up the Many Arrows expansion, this is going to give you some even more characters that you can take a look at. So while I get this box open, I want to do some admin stuff. First off, I want to thank WizKids. WizKids has sent this out to me for review. They have been really cool to the channel, where they've allowed me to have some early access to lots of different Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught products. And I love the game. It's a super fun game. And it's got pre-painted miniatures. I mean, a lot of the games I cover require you to assemble and paint your own miniatures, but having a game that's got pre-painted miniatures is incredibly cool. Also, we are doing a big giveaway right now for a $50 prepaid Amazon gift card, to where you can put that towards a gaming expansion of your choice. All you have to do to enter to win that is to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. I want to know what your favorite flavor of Pop-Tart is, because I love Pop-Tarts, and I love asking people what their favorite flavor of Pop-Tart is, because it's a crazy question, right? Like, there's so many different flavors, and people have very, very interesting opinions. And maybe in a future video or in a live stream, I'll tell you what my favorite flavor of Pop-Tart is. You might have even seen it in a recent live stream. It's one of my favorite questions. Yes, sorry. All right, so first off, we've got some interior stuff here. We've got our little our credits page here, where we can give thanks to the wonderful folks who helped bring this expansion to us. We also have a little bit of a rules insert on the other side. It's going to tell us a little bit about some of the new charges, conditions, and tokens that are going to come here in the game. We've got some charges, and we've got condition tokens, and wind barriers, and fate guide. Oh, all kinds of cool stuff. This is super cool. We've got our cardboard cards here. These are going to be our level up cards for the different characters that come in here. We've got a bundle of new dashboards here. We've got some cardboard here, which is super cool. We've got that wind barrier. Oh, I'm excited about the wind barrier. That's going to be really cool. And we've got miniatures, folks. Let's pop this open and take a look at these miniatures. All right, so first thing that we've got in here is an extra set of peg connectors. This is probably just in case any of your existing character boards need replacement pieces. It's kind of nice that they just kind of threw that in there, so that's pretty cool. Be sure to save that, although none of mine need replacement pieces just yet, so that is good to know. Let's start off. We're going to look at Phalanine, the wizard. Now, Phalanine is sort of a like a merfolk, like a melee wizard. Really cool miniature here. Got that trident with the silvery bits, lots of good paint apps. Really nice looking miniature. Looks very, very good. I am digging that. So Phalanine is going to have a trident, which is decent, a decent melee attack. She's got Ray of Frost, which can slow people. And her critical is going to let you regain your arcane ward, which we'll look at here in a minute. And you can ignore water while moving. She gains experience by being close to people, by basically moving close to somebody she wasn't close to. Arcane ward is a bonus action, and it's got a cooldown of 4. or less. But it's while it's active, it's going to let you ignore any attack that would deal 3 or less damage, which is most attacks in the game. So this is absolutely incredible. And so if you're able to get a critical, you can cast that again. But it's the idea here is that you put up Arcane Ward and then you move in close to somebody, start meleeing them. And are they going to even attack you? Because you're gonna be hard to actually hit, which is very, very cool. You also got Dispel Magic and Combat Reflexes again, which is going to work if you are adjacent to other folks. It should have 12 health, 14 armor class, and 3 speed to start. For leveling up stuff, you've got the Protected Ward, which is going to let your Arcane Ward also go to a friendly character as well. Or you can gain extra damage on your attacks when you have Arcane Ward. So these are both good. I kind of like this one a little bit better, but these would be situationally dependent. Very cool stuff. Next up, let's take a look at our little Fae, Diarmuid. There we go. All right. So a pretty cool little Fae folk on a little flight stand there with a little staff and the transparent wing portions, which is pretty cool. Not a whole lot of colors on this one. It's a very small miniature, but they managed to actually get like eyes and face and stuff in there. So pretty cool. Really, really small mini. But a big heart on this one, right? A Diarmuid has a quarterstaff and a Fey Guidance, which isn't really as much of a ranged attack. It's going after a friendly. It's going to give them Fey Guidance, which will give them +5 to hit with their basic attacks. So that's going to be really nice. This is going to be good for your heavy damage dealers that maybe don't have the best attack roll. Your critical is you reduce one of your dials by 3. And Diarmuid has Flight. Is you're going to gain XP after an ally hits. So a really good support character. 8 health, 16 armor class. Hard to hit for this little Fae, right? Fae Illumination is an amazing ability. You got a couple of Fae Illumination tokens in here. And this is going to let you target a spot and make the attack roll. It's an area attack. If it hits, the minis are going to gain Illuminated. Illuminated is going to use some of these tokens here, and that basically it means they lose stealth. You're going to see them, and any hits that go to them, or the first hit that goes to them, will be on automatic critical. So basically giving you free crits. This is insanely good. It does have a Cure Wound. It was going to heal 5, which is incredible. I really like this character. This is one of the best support characters, but you lose some of the offense because this is a character that doesn't have a ranged attack. You do get an opportunity attack here as well. Now for the level up cards, you've got a Wind Barrier, and that's that Wind Barrier token right here that we saw before. And this is something that you can place in the ground, and anybody who tries to move through it or starts their activation on it is going to take 2 damage. And also it kind of acts as like a terrain that kind of blocks line of sight. So people can't attack you through it. They'll have to move through it and then take damage and get blown like hurricane winds in the process. So pretty cool. And then you've got Grip of the Forest, which has got 2 charges. Charges, you can use these charge tokens. We talked about these in a little bit in the Beholder set. But it's bonus action to use Grip of the Forest. Spend 1 of the charge, and enemy at range 1 to 4 gains +5 to hit for this attack. If it hits, it's just 1 damage and they're going to be rooted, and then you can move them up to 3 spaces. So this one is really going to mess with your enemies. Wind Barrier is also going to mess with your enemies. I think Wind Barrier is the more interesting one of the 2, because being able to place terrain and change the board is always a very fun thing. We're going to look at our rogue here, Sarzumina. Sarzumina has the combat pose or the dancing pose. Depends if you're in the mood to dance or if you're in the mood to fight, or maybe both. Could this be West Side Story? Do. I'm gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons Onslaught today. Sarzumina is a rogue and has the Kukri, which is a +6 to hit, and a throwing knife, range 2 to 3. Only 1 damage on the throwing knife, though. If it's a critical, you gain poisoned, If it's already poisoned, they're going to suffer +2 damage. Now, poisoned is a new condition that's going to do damage at the start of their turn. They have a chance. They can roll. If they roll 11 to 20, they can get rid of the poisoned. If you get healed, it will also cure the poison. And they have sneak attack +1. You get a +1 damage with your melees if a friendly character is adjacent to your target, or +1 with your ranged if you have cover from your target. So really wants to do those sneak attacks. That's kind of starts to mean this big thing. She's got the Wyvern Venom. It's a 3 damage hit. If they hits, they gain poison. And then she has Ghost Walk, which is going to give you +1. It's a fading condition, +1 speed, and you get to ignore lots of terrain and other minis, so you can just kind of walk right through stuff. And then the Opportunity Attack, XP after you do Sneak Attack. Her level up abilities is also Sneak Attack related. After you deal damage with Sneak Attack, you can deal damage to a different enemy at range 1 to 3. Or Whispers of the Dead, which lets you heal after an enemy is defeated at range 1 to 2. This one's probably going to be better for the scenarios that have monsters, and slightly less good when it's just like a scenario that's just PvP without monsters. So it depends on what level you're doing as to which one you might choose there. And now we have Thurkir the Wise. Now this is a big boy. He has a big old tail and a big old cloak and intimidating presence here. A lot of bright colors on this guy, and he's ready. He's ready to cast some spells, right? He's a warlock. He's got a bite, of course, as you would expect with a big range of teeth like that. He's got Grasp of Hadar, which is 2 to 4 +4 to hit 2 damage. If you hit a non-champion, so another player, you may move it up to 2 spaces towards you. So this one's going to be better for other players or small little monsters like kobolds and things like that. And then you get a critical. You can heal if you're attacking with your melee, so you can kind of drink their blood. After you gain a condition token, you gain an XP. He can grant invisibility to a friendly character every 4 turns there. And then you have a 1 charge use of Beguiling Aura. It's going to give you 3 armor class, and enemies adjacent to you cannot attack you. This is a standard action, though, so this is something you have to use very carefully. You can only do it once per game. He's got Misty Escape. You get to teleport 3 after you suffer damage. So Thurkar definitely wants to survive. All right, that's kind of what I'm gaining from all of this. Add to that his XP of the Beguiling Defenses. You can level up and gain +3 more armor class, or Instill Fear. This is a one shot. It's going to make somebody afraid. They can't move within range 5 of you and must move beyond range 5 if they are closer. And it does. It kind of goes into they have to use their actions to get out of range 5 of you. But I'm curious. It doesn't say it has to be their first action. So I wonder if somebody's next to you, could they like attack you and then move away since they kind of did it, or is it that their first action has to be to move away? I tend to think their first action should be one to get away from you. And if that one doesn't do it, then their second action should also be like, if their move action doesn't quite get them away, then they have to convert their standard to a move as well. So I don't think they can attack you and then move away second. I think they should be moving away as fast as possible. That's my guess. But if we check the rules here, and it talks about afraid, a character with an afraid token cannot move within range 5 of Thurkir the Wise. If a character with an afraid token activates within range 5 of Thurkir, they must use their actions to move away from Thurkir until they are beyond range 5. So to me, the until sounds like this has to happen first. Yes, okay. That's exactly how it works. So so you can't attack first and then be like, I'm going to move away. No. You have to move away first, and then once you are not, then if you have any actions left, then you can use them as normal. So they're pretty cool. All right, guys, that is a look at the Many Arrows 1 expansion. There are 4 characters here to kind of augment your Many Arrows builds, and now you can build a little bit more diverse list of Many Arrows. If you want to check this out, I'll put a link in the description below where you can check it out for yourself and get this thing ordered up, pre-ordered, and hopefully, if you guys are playing Dungeons & Dragons Onslaught, I want to hear about it. Let me know some of your thoughts. I will talk to you guys later. I want to thank you all so much. Big thanks to WizKids for sending this out, and I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Always drink margaritas in the afternoon. And don't forget to pour milk all over your baby on a Sunday. That doesn't even make... Never mind. Don't follow that advice. Just have a great day.